to head downtown St. Augustine to go to the Ghost and Graveyard Tour. I can't wait to go. Are you guys ready? Because I'm going to film most of it, I hope. Good to go.
Let's get going. It's going to be spooky. It's going to be dark.
It's a little bit rainy.
So it should put us in the mood. So we are ready. So let's do this.
Let's go! We're about ready to go inside.
And I'm scared. Could be cool. Make sure you get her. She backed away. We have like 5 followers, so it's okay.
And also be behind the screen, not in front of it.
I understand that.
Yes, we're starting inside there. So once she is ready. Yep. Oh, you got time. The girl's supposed to even here yet. No, we have photographs. There's some photographs.
You're so weird.
It's John Dillinger.
Oh, really?
How were you? I was gonna say Daddy. Why is that head so scary? What happened to his eye? Why is there a Why is it not a camera? Oh, with the baby, Libby. You did a good job on the face. Oh, there she is.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
What are you supposed to be doing? What is this?
Divining pendulum. You lift it up, you ask a question, you set it down, and it answers you. So
Gotcha.
I'm happy with my answer.
What was yours?
I can't tell you. So go ahead. Pick it up. Now, look at your question.
We have a good time today.
Maybe.
You know what to do.
Pretty much.
Great answers and clarity to the browser. The movements of the instrument. The browser has been around for thousands of years and has been used in many cultures.
Oh yeah.
red and green traffic light. The little kid showed me that. It looked like a cool. Even like the headlights. I mentioned about taking lots of photos, including Flash. But please don't flash anyone who is living. Especially not our driver, Dangerous Deb. Let me hide it, Deb. She is working on getting her driver's license reinstated. And she has to get us through the tour tonight safely. So with your help. And she has atmosphere music and all for us. It's only fitting now that we're on the legendary trolley of the tour, trolley of the news, that I begin with the story about the ship of news. In 1821, a supply ship came from Havana, Cuba, which was always a very welcome sight for the residents of St. Augustine, but not this time. First of all, it sat out in the bay for 4 days. When the locals went to greet the vessel, they found everyone on board was dead. They didn't know what to do, and they thought, well, supplies are supplies, so they moved the fly-ridden corpses off the crate and distributed the goods. What they didn't realize is they were also just given a gift from those fighting flies called the yellow. Time to come to that dreaded scene off your husband's yellow jacket. Mass burial sites were needed to house all the people that were dying. One-third of St. Augustine's population at the time perished. We're going to pass one of those mass burial sites on your right called the Huguenot Cemetery. It's considered quite haunted and is referred to as Spirit Central. The church even asked that the bell that the church would ring to stop ringing out of respect for the sick and dying, because we ring every time somebody dies. And when somebody dies for one thing, they might still show up here in the Huguenot Cemetery. And those apparitions are seen quite often from the people that are buried there. One such apparition is seen between the city gates on your left side, waving to people driving by, walking by. Her name is Elizabeth. She was the gatekeeper's daughter. She was 14 years old and died of jealousy. So many of the local stores are asked who's that historical reenactor we have that is so pleasant and friendly to everyone. And they're told we don't have a historical reenactor there. But she looks so real and vivid, that's something they go back to see her again and she disappears into the pit. If you want to walk through those gates on your way to St. George and Street for some shopping, you may want to walk slowly and see if you feel a heaviness in the air followed by a chill. And if so, you may want to say hello to my friend Elizabeth. This whole area is known for its quantity of ghostly sightings. Because you have the Huguenot right now, and now Dangerous Deb is taking us to the Tolomaco Cemetery, walking distance. This was a Spanish Catholic cemetery, built on top of a Native American burial site. Welcome to the Tolomaco Cemetery. I want to introduce you to our youngest permanent resident here. If you look to the center of the cemetery all the way to the left, it's a little hard to see, but we're going to be passing by later and you'll get a closer view. There's a big old tree right there. And that is where one of the most photographed and witnessed apparitions is seen. His name is James Key. And he is seen playing in those branches. And it's about like that's how he met his demise. As a young boy, he was playing in those trees, at that tree, and fell out of the branches and broke his neck. And his mom requested the church allow him to be buried where he fell. And when we leave, I'll point out his little tombstone. It says he was 5 years old. Come a bit, and he might actually get some stuff. And Dangerous Deb and I can't do anything about that. Oh, follow me in. Let me get my one. But I already went through. With the first number.
Oh, I would be honored to.
Thank you, sir.
With the very first turn. And with that, a second turn of the rope. Someone in the crowd noticed him holding on to something like his life depended on Spanish Catholic rosary beads being held onto by an English Protestant. Well, those won't save you from the third turn of the rope. This is when Andrew started to struggle for air. Andrew struggled for air. Well, that's more like it, my friend. And with that, a fourth turn of the rope, the blood started to trickle down Andrew's neck. And on the fifth turn of the rope, his eyes started to bulge out of his sockets, and his face turned a grim purple. Oh, he's trying. Let me help you out there, Andrew. This one might do it. And on the sixth, the rope snapped, and Andrew let out a gasp for air. And for a moment, time stood still. That was until you there. You look like a priest. Could you assist me? Right over here. We don't have room on the stage. A priest stepped forward, turned to the crowd, and declared, "We have seen a miracle, and this man will receive sanctuary."
We have seen a miracle, and this man will be stoned to death.
No, he will receive sanctuary. Hold on.
Sanctuary.
Indeed, and the priest escorted Andrew off the platform, took him into the church, and everybody.
Right? That wasn't by accident. And then the men will be here. And you see, the cells are big, but 22 people in there? That's just asking for trouble. That's the women's area. Oh, and because of the horrific conditions of the jail, they stopped using it in the 1950s. So the electric hasn't been updated since. So it'll fit the women with. And then into the men's area, go walk in and out any of the cells that are open. Oh, no, I know, I'm sorry. Hang on. Not someone to hang on. You're always supposed to be able to stand.
Imagine being here with 22 other people.
Well, lovely. Flashlight, okay?
Look at all y'all. Howdy, my name is Charlie. I said howdy, my name is Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
Y'all just walk right in here, huh? Your own free will. It's a haunted tale at night. Nobody even kicking and screaming, huh? I feel like maybe you were kicking and screaming. I knew it. I do find it fun that every time you historical folk come in here, you always skip the finest parts of this place. So on behalf of me, Charlie, we'll tell you all about the hangings that happened here. Start with this big Kodiak picture right here on the wall. Now there's Sim Jackson himself right before he swung. He swung thousands. Oh, big man outside of the Capitol, yeah, that is Sheriff Joseph Perry. And boy, was he mad when they took that Kodiak picture, because that wasn't known enough. Of course, most people were just mad about Sim having them flowers in his hand. On account of what he done to his life. They got an argument, but you say it turned into a nasty fight. Follow me, where you go. Sim, let's go. Huh. We had a triple hanging that day. The names are Eugene Baxter and Tom White. They murdered a local Jacksonville store owner named Isaac Silverstein and his whole family. They asked to be hanged early with those two. That's how bad the jails were here. They'd rather be hanged in due time. So we had a triple hanging that day, May 31st, 1912. It happened to be the last hanging here in St. Augustine. Rumor has it people in St. Augustine didn't like watching 3 people drop. Well, that turned their stomachs. Right? Kind of funny though, because 1, they were like, yeah, right. 2, bring the family along. Oh, 3, that was too much for them. Right? You know, they went back and forth. They blamed each other. Steve didn't say much at all. They do say when Steve dropped out, he urinated. He said you could still smell it on the boat. Oh, that's fine then. My baby whatsoever.
Not participating in that one.
Whoever remembers my name? Charlie. Yeah, what's that say up there? Carlos Powell. Guess what? That's me. I hanged him. And I'm going to admit I killed a man. I did. But it was justifiable defense. Drop.